Welcome back to Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I'm dear darling, and together we'll fall into a rabbit hole of games and illusions, where last time we've been opening one or two of these year-based rooms. That's right. We did this 1957 one, and then it made no sense to me. We did the 1982 one? Yes, we opened this box. So we saw the 1957 one, and I think I took a load of print screens, but I don't really know what to do with them, mind you. But we certainly know it's something about inputting the numbers in one way or another. We don't know exactly how, why, in what way we're meant to be inputting the numbers, but we just know we need to be inputting the number. Well, I should say inputting the year, really. So I probably should have just arranged my notes beforehand, but I didn't. So I'm kind of doing them now, just so I can absolutely see everything. I have realized, hold on, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there are 10. Actually, why don't I do it in the room so you can have a visual indication of what I'm talking about. But if the 1982 room was anything to go by, basically what we have to do is we have to open each box by inputting the year it is. And the thing I immediately want to try and have a look at is how many. So what does a box actually look like for this one? Hold on, can we look at the door? I don't know why this one's so mystical. Mystical, magical. I want to look at the door for this one, wherever it is. This is 57, because that is a layout of a box. So it's going to have, those are our buttons basically, are these numbers. So presumably each of these represent a number somehow. Some of them are identical, I have just noticed. Well, not I have just noticed, I noticed before, but hold on. Is it obvious what numbers these represent? Because I wonder if they need to be paired up in such a way. Maybe this is like 4, because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this would also be 4 then, so that doesn't really work. But, I mean, I don't think it's lost on me. Oh. These make up numbers together, you see? This is 7. This is it. This is the top half of a number. This is the bottom half of a number. I was like, it's not lost on me that each of these has its own pair up and bottom, top and bottom. So either they must be paired like this, or they must be paired like in columns. And what I was going to say is because of the shape of a box having 2, 2, 2, 2s in a hexagonal shape matching up with like this over here, it must be matched up in columns. And I can immediately see what we have to do. So that's good. We have to basically write out the numbers. So we got 7, we got 0. This is what? 5 and 9. This one is 6 and 4. 64, 64, 64 Zulane. This one is 28. Or 2 and 8. And the last is what? 1 and 3. Okay, wonderful. So we have our answer of exactly how to do this box. Now, I don't know if we're going to do the box this entire time, because we also have the graveyard puzzle to be doing. So I don't know necessarily. Is this all of them by way on floor 3? It does look to be the case, apart from, I guess, 2014, but that one we don't need to be so concerned about. So the other ones we need to do are presumably all on floor 2. So if they're all relatively straightforward, it shouldn't be too bad, one would think, to do them. So maybe we will do all the year boxes first, because I don't know. Because we're at a weird situation where we actually have too many puzzles, which we can do. Which is not obviously a bad problem to have, if you ask me, but it is an interesting problem to have. Because it does mean that it's like, what are we going to do? Who knows? I forgot what we even got from the previous one, to be honest. By the late 1950s, focus shifted to her own independent work. She crammed a century of art into a decade, including traditional painting as well as short films and animations. If one should highlight her work in the late 50s, her 1957 exhibit, Platz, which included a series of photo dream collages, was probably her most outstanding work. Oh, I didn't mean to do this. What I meant to do is, like, I was thinking that maybe we should try and keep a checklist of which years we've got done and which ones we have to do. Because that will probably, I would say, be quite beneficial for us. So, this one is done. Let's write all out all the years. 1932. I'm going to use a different pencil for this because I just realized I was using the wrong one. 1932, 1938, 1948, 1953, which is not the one we just did. We did 1957, which we can tick. And then I'll vaguely draw the shape of a box in. 1960, well, 60, 1962, 1973, 1982, which is the other one we did. Which I cannot remember what this one looks like. But I think it's like a octagon or something. Well, maybe like a decagon. So, just something to make it a bit easier for us to follow which ones we have and haven't done. So from here, where is the next easiest one to access? I don't think we can jump over this, right? So we have to go to this one. No, this one's even closer, 1948. Okay, noted. We might as well save, I suppose, while we're here. Actually, there might be... I didn't even check if there was one on the right side. I don't know if we need to save as much anymore, because presumably we were saving just because of the maze head people. But if we got all the scripts, then presumably there's not really much reason for us to anymore. Okay, we can do both of these actually at the same time if we go down the right way, so we might as well. The doors are thankfully basically right next to each other. I'm trying to think if there's also other things which I basically haven't interacted with for ages, which are a bit of like a Chekhov's gun. There's probably things I haven't even remembered, to be honest. Like it's been so long since we've seen them, but I don't even remember that they were a puzzle. I don't know why 1953 is the first key door we got, but okay. Huh. Untitled perspective sculpture. Interesting. Right, so I do note that each of these looks in a different direction. Actually, these both look at him from the front. But the arrows denote a different perception. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this one's the man facing right, this one's the man front on, this one's a man from the left, this one's a man from the back, this one's the man front on as well. Which seems a bit strange. I assume this is going to cycle through different perspectives of the statue and the faces, and then we'll figure out which one's which. Noted. So this is checklist. This one is what, 1953? 1953. Get rid of this. 1953. Statue. Busts. Does it work with a woman as well? Is it she's in a different perspective each time? So that right one is front on, right on, back, front again, left. Yes. Lorelei Weiss, 1953, mixed media installation. One and the same reality exists simultaneously. One in a room, one televised, 10 individual, only identifiable on the screen. Perhaps a comment on our fixation with televisions, or a remark on individualism versus collectivism. The artist wraps a meaning in a mystery, as if asking us who would you be and where would you stand if you were on TV. Ah, okay. So is this going to cycle through them? Okay, so let's write out the numbers first. Then we'll draw little illustrations to go along with each of them, and then we'll figure out how they are distributed around the room. So this is 3, so this is a man from the right. You can't see my illustrations, but it is glorious. So 4 is just the man from the left. 5 is man face on. Now here's the thing, I still don't, because there's 2 of them which are face on, so how do we know which one's which? I guess that could be this one because it's more in the shadows. Or maybe I should also draw the boxes. Of where they are. So it'd be 3 on that side, 3 on the other side, 4 in the middle. So 5 is man head on. But the right side of his face is shaded. And presumably that affects this one because we can't see the right side of his face, and this one's probably going to be well lit. That's my guess. 6 is woman face on. But well lit, kind of. I'm not really sure. I think that's well lit enough. Like, it doesn't seem as extreme as the others. No, that's well lit. Okay, so this is like 6 in shadow. So that's probably this one in the bottom right here. And then 7 is just head on. It's normal, which is that one. The top right in from 1 from the left. 8 is what? Man from behind. Which is that one. You might be like, how are you drawing them? I'm drawing a circle, then a top hat for the man, and then like pigtail-like things for the woman. And then I'm doing a triangle to denote their nose, or which way they're looking. So this one's 8. Which one's 9? 9 is the one in the top right corner. 0 is a woman from side on. Which is, it's this one. It's a middle right one. Number 1, face on, well lit. That's a middle left one. Excuse me. That's a woman from the right, which is the one on the middle right. This is probably very undescriptive, exactly how I'm describing each of these, but there we go. So number 3, he's facing to the right. That is which one? That's the one in the bottom left corner. Number 4, he's facing to the left. That is the one in the top left corner. And that's all of them. Okay, nice. So we've done this puzzle. Simply enough. Now we can walk over to the other puzzle, which is a very long room. Might as well save. But yeah, I was basically thinking, like, I wonder if there's other things which, like, statues and stuff, or keys or locks, which I've forgotten about, which I should probably check. I can check for, I didn't even see what door this was, 1973. I guess I can check by checking into the, remember, the memory log of the quest log thing. Okay, there's a lot of blood in here. 1973, mixed media installation. With a simple brushstroke, the artist shows us the importance of art. Whether young or old or big or small, our lives are not completely without it. This seems to be a theory of 1973. Untitled numeral. Okay, I guess we use a camera. Huh. Hold on. What does the door look like? I guess we can look in our memory. This is what, 1973? Okay, so it's literally just them all in a row. So each of these needs to represent a different digit. So we can zoom in. So how are we meant to align things? Like, is this a 6? This is a 8? Like a really weird 8 because you can put the diagonal line here? Maybe. I don't know if that's going to work for all of them, but... What's this going to be? A 1? 681 maybe? 6814. Okay, it's kind of working. So we might as well start writing it down. I guess this is from the bottom up. So 1973, camera on, rail and blood. So we think it might be 6, 8, 1, 4. Now what's this one? 7. I guess this would be a 0. What else could this be? This would be a 3. This would be a 5. So what are we missing? 9 and 2, I think? That's definitely 9. That's definitely 2. I would say that's quite a creative one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, nice. So we've done another one as well. We'll just have to come back, obviously, to put them all in because we have 2 more rooms yet to do. And I see why now this room is so long. Yeah, I'm not sure if saving's even that necessary anymore. If we're not going to be harangued by maze men. Okay. So the other ones we got to do. Over here somewhere. Nope, too far. What? Oh, not far enough. 1948. So what could this one be? I can see it's 2 crosses. Okay. Projection film rolls. 1948, video installation. In our life, we are always looking for directions, but be it to get home or move forward. But in 1948, the artist instead presents us with the idea that how we turn is equally important as our direction, even suggesting that they are one and the same. How we turn is equally important to our direction. Whatever that means. So I'll put 1948, and it looks like it's film tape. Film reel, I should say, but I think that's the only thing we have to interact with. Film rolls, even. Okay. I'm not really sure what this could do. There are 10 marked film rolls. Start with 0. Okay. 1. Okay. So the direction they turn in is important. I don't quite see how they line up yet. Well, this one doesn't turn. Ah, wait, hold on. No. It's obviously each of these is meant to be like one. The left one is probably 1 cross of 5 and the right one is another cross of 5. I just don't know how they quite correspond to the different squares. So maybe this is the one beneath. I don't know how we're meant to know which one's a top and which one's a bottom though. That one's presumably the one to the right. Like, because the thing which is weird is it looks like it should be vertical on top of each other, these 2 boxes. Like these 2 crosses. So when I mean that this one is the bottom one, what I mean is it's either on the top cross, the bottom square, or the bottom cross, the bottom square. I don't know which way round though. Because it doesn't seem to me there's an obvious orientation of them. It just kind of looks like they're spinning. Which is fine, but how are we meant to know which one goes at the top then? I mean, that's why it says how we turn is equally important as direction. I don't know, but it feels like there should be a neater way of understanding, for sure, which way round this one goes. Because even though I think it's to the right because I'm judging it based on the closest edge pointing to the right, it could be the one, could be the left if you're judging it on the furthest edge, essentially. Which you might be like, that feels a bit counterintuitive, but all the same. You know, I mean, like maybe another way to think of it is like if we put the square down onto the table, it would roll naturally to the right. But if we put it like on a piece of paper being held up to us, it would roll to the left. That sort of arbitrariness kind of makes me hesitant. And even still, how do we know which one goes on top and which one goes on bottom? We could say the left one goes on top because, you know, right to left, or maybe we should look up a box and see the box itself. Because, hold on, because they all look like the doors look like the boxes, though, is the thing. But this one, yeah, they're definitely one on top of each other. But maybe the door looks like that, maybe the presence, sorry, not the presence, the box doesn't. We have enough time, we can probably just take a look. Oh no, we can't, right. Because it's a file. Okay, well, I'll just write down the direction that they rotate in, and then I think we'll be able to work it out from there, which one it should be. So, for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Lorelei and Laser Eyes. I've been dear darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.